My hand, won't you come and just chill with the Virgo? We sipping on Merlot. You ain't gotta be my girl though.
Ah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, I believe it's September 1st, and this is the Urban Talk Radio 103.5 FM WNHH, where you will hear conversation, information, education, inspiration, motivation from the American perspective, American urban perspective. I am your host, Kingsley Ossei, and my co-host, Shafiq, will probably check in later on. Today on Urban Talk Radio, you can join the conversation at Facebook at Bold Minds and Twitter at Bold Minds. Also on my Facebook page, we'll be streaming live on Kingsley.OSEI. Also, you can also stream this show on your smartphone or computer by logging on to newhavenindependent.org. Today, we'll be celebrating the life of my dear friend, my brother, Tony Clotters Bravo, aka Big Tone, aka Trini Tone, aka Chef Tone, aka the CAV Enforcer. And my brother Santo is the first to check in and does what he does best, turn his cover page into the celebration of life. Tone's flyer, we will be celebrating, this is the pre-celebration of his life. And tomorrow, at 6:30 p.m. at our Baker Isaac, we will be celebrating his life, saying goodbye to my brother, Big Tone. All right. So if you're not able to check in with us today, please feel free to stop by in Bridgeport, Connecticut tomorrow at Baker's and say your goodbye to my man Tone. Who is R.K. Williams? Now, people be coming up with the government names on the Zoom pages. And then we don't be knowing who they are. Who just checked in? Is it are they on or they still connecting? Santo, what's good, brother?
What up, what up?
As you could see, I was all over the place, man. I can't get it right.
I hear you, man. It's just one of those weeks, man. Get a pass. Even though I'm sure that's you every week. Trying to get it together.
We've been trying to get it together our whole life. What else is new?
We've been barely pulling it off.
What else is new, man? You know, I watch you do it, you watch me do it. It's the way of life for us, man. And you know what? Nobody knows it better than my brother Tone. You know, who knows it best? That is the way of life. I've known Tone since '91, if I'm not mistaken. Running around, on Carroll Avenue off Stratford Avenue. And, we go that far back and he knows best that we always trying to figure it out. Never on time, but always get it done.
I was with Jeff the other day.
Down to you, you're not coming in clear. Who is R.K. Williams that just checked in, by the way?
Chopper.
Hold on one second. Whoever came in as R.K. Williams, please unmute. If you come in, please unmute your
No, that's me, King.
Oh, that's you. Okay. All right. Cool. Go ahead, Santa. What were you saying?
I was chopping it up with Jeff the other day, and how Tone was pretty much telling him, "Yo, Kingsley's your problem now." We talk about barely pulling it off.
Oh my God! You know, Tone.
Kingsley's your problem now.
Tone. it's funny because we did a lot of assemblies. We did hundreds of assemblies throughout the Bridgeport public schools for the most part. And, you know, we're supposed to start, let's say 7 o'clock, 7:30. It could be 6:30, 6:45. And I'm calling Santo like, yo, Santo, where are you? Equipment is not set up yet.
I'm calling Tone like, yo, I need help.
and have the time you calling Tone that you need help. Tone is already there with me. Tone is already there with me, waiting for the equipment to arrive. You know, Tone was always the first to arrive, and it didn't matter whether Santo was the first or the last. When that 7:30 hits, when the show's ready to go, you best believe that you're gonna get a sound check with the music on. I'm like, yes. I'll be like, yes. And meanwhile, where's G Money? He's still, he's just passing New Haven. You know, the hosting job became my job at one point, because talking about never being on time, he was never on time.
I love G Money, man. That guy.
Shout out to G Money, man. Santo, man, let me tell you something, man. You know, I do appreciate you for, you know, for everything that you've done for Connecticut Against Violence off the top. And, you know, it was last Wednesday when you called me, and you called me, and, you know,
about that Deshaun Watson shit. I think that's just
you called me and you wasn't really saying nothing. And I'm like, you know, is everything okay? Not really. I'm like, is your mom okay? You're like, yes, mom is okay, because I've been checking in on you and you know, your mom's. And you said, but I got a bad news, and you laid that bad news down. I mean, this is not something anybody expected. At least if we knew that Tone was not well, critically sick, we would have all made it our business to go visit. So not being able to say goodbye to our brother has been one of the things that we all dealing with. Talk to me, bro.
One thing about Tone, man, is yeah, like you said, he wasn't sick or nothing like that. So I just always felt like he was gonna be there. You know what I mean? Because he was always there. You know what I'm saying? So even when, you know, we were talking about earlier how we barely getting together. You know, our whole lives pretty much on the run, trying to make it happen. And you got somebody that's right there by your side, helping you make it happen, and watching your back when you're not looking and paying attention, and you know that he's there doing that, so you feel comfortable. That peace of mind is like, you can't buy that, you can't get that nowhere. And I feel like, you know, a lot of us, I can speak for myself, I took that for granted. Just expecting that he would just always be there. And now it's kind of like when I say we took a heavy L, it's like not just me selfishly, you know, for my brother and what he did for me, but also, you know, what he just brought to the world in general. He just wanted people to be happy. So when we call him a protector, making sure everybody's good, it wasn't just us being safe. It was just, he wanted to make sure everybody was at their best, so the vibe could be where it needed to be. And however he could contribute, he was there to do that. You know what
I mean, big shouts to my sis, Tashera, who just also checked in. She knows Tone very well. I mean, you know, I say I've known Tone since about 91, running around on Carroll Avenue. But Tone was an original member of Connecticut Against Violence from day one. And that day one, my sister Tashera Jackson was one of the day ones. And she's actually, she's not on the Zoom with us, but she also, she's live with us on Facebook. And you know, Tone, we're talking about being chef. Tone done did some chef gigs with you know, Tashera. And you know, we used to do a lot of you know, you've been to, you know, some of my birthday parties at by Tashera's at the yard. Exactly. You know, everything free, top shelf, everything, and you know, in memory, Tone was always there. You know what I'm saying? He was always there. You know, you know, another nickname I gave him that most people didn't know about. You know, I called him Hospitality Tone because you know I recently put it up there. If you had a VIP room and you had Tone in there, Tone will make sure that everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? Tone could be drinking with one left hand and he will be using that right hand to serve your guest. You know what I'm saying? You never have to worry about is your guest good because Tone just take upon that job on his own. And I put it up on the post yesterday when Nancy from executive director of GBAP just found out that Tone had passed, and you know she commented about what a nice guy he was, and I did mention that he said what a gentleman he was, and I said yeah, Tone is that dude that will walk your wife or your partner to the car to make sure she was good. That is not normal, bro. That is Santo. That is not normal, bro.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single event or anything that we ever been to where he was in attendance. If my mom or my sister or a friend that I was with was there, she was walking up to the car. Actually, that's what my sister posted. And he never not once let her walk to the car by herself.
So talking about being a gentleman, you know, that is definitely something that, you know, yeah, we are gentlemen. You know, I'm a gentleman. Mom raised me right. You know, I got etiquette, but Tone took it to that level that you observed it, and you know, you observed it, and it made you have to do right. You know, we talked about how Tone put his girlfriend first. My family and True Story was talking, and you know, he got, you know, True Story always had jokes on Tone. they always went at it. You know, he said Tone loves to eat. You know, he said Tone loves to eat, and yes, Tone loves to eat, but he will always be like, I got to bring food to my, you know, to my girl at home. I got to bring it. His girl always came first. Am I right or wrong, Santo?
Put it like this: that was my road dog. And I know, like, whenever we would go out, I know if I got a busy weekend, I can count on him one time out of the weekend. Because the rest of the weekend, let's believe he'll be making it up to his girl. So if he goes out with me on a Friday, let's believe he has plans to do something special Saturday. It's just how he was in the balance, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm going out and I'm holding it down for you, I got to make sure, you know, the wife is good and everything is all right at home. So he always made it sure where, even if we went out to eat to the diner after, he always grabbed his cheesecake and something like that for the way home, which every time.
Oh, I'm gonna miss those. I'm gonna miss those birthday parties. Tone just showing up with a bottle of Remy, or you know,
champagne. Champagne.
Give me some memory. Give me some memory, Santo. You know, let's you know, we smiling, we laughing because Tone would not want it any other way. You know, he wouldn't want it any other way. We've done our crying already. We haven't done it all yet, but we're going to try to smile as much as we can for Tone because, you know, Trini Tone would not want it any other way. He will want us to celebrate him. So what is some of your memories, Santo?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of my memories, we wasn't dancing, having a good time, popping bottles, like unnecessary, like bottles of champagne. Like
he was always about those bottles, right?
Yeah, if we wasn't doing that, it was just making sure people. I can sit here and tell you 100 stories of how he looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? One in particular, we went out to a party. I ain't gonna say where it was at, but this girl was a little too drunk. We both remember being at the party and remember saying to ourselves, "Yo, we can't let this girl drive." Right? Sure enough, we lose track of this girl. She ends up leaving. She ends up attempting to drive home. So now we're worried, right? So we go in the car, we go to head out. we run into this girl. It's like where we were at, but like in the woods, by the way. You know what I'm saying? One of my rich friends' houses. And so we run into this girl where pulled over, parked in the middle of the woods. We're like, yo, this is the girl right here that we were just talking about. Or nothing. By herself, she's in the car, she's like, you know, leaning or whatever the case. Now I got told, and we both thinking the same thing, like, yo, we can't pass this girl and let this girl stay here because either she's gonna get arrested or somebody's gonna take advantage of her. So sure enough, Tone was like, yo, man, hop out, I'm jumping in your car, you go take her. He had the whole master plan. You go jump in her car, drive her home, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take your whip and I'm gonna follow you, whatever the case is. And it was just like, bro, it was that type of thing everywhere we went all the time. Like that girl right there has an angel that she didn't even realize, probably to this day, don't even know who Tone is, that looked out for her that night. Probably doesn't even remember that night. That just goes to show how the heart that he has. Like, it don't matter, it was 4 in the morning, we got to handle this. So we're going to let this woman be out here stranded by her. I don't even know this girl's name. I couldn't even tell you.
Wow. Stories for days, right?
Yeah, just making sure everybody was good, man.
Stories for days.
And I'm going to tell you what, my birthday, this is how you know Tone was solid, right?
Right.
My birthday party this past in July at the shrine, you know. And I'm trying to make sure everybody's situated. So I'm trying to host, I got like a suite book so we can have somewhere we can go pregame. And, you know, Webby finds out that I got the suite. He finds out that Tone is coming. So Webby, what does Chris Webby do? Webby's like, yo, I'm going to get an extra room for Tone to make sure he's straight. You can have your privacy and make sure he's all good. He's all ready to go.
Nice.
Tone had no intentions of even staying at the casino that night. Tone had to, you know, call his girl. It's like, yo, Chris Webby bought me a room. I got to show this man some respect. I got to stay in the room. You know what I'm saying? He was
he had to get the permission because you know Tone goes home to this girl.
Yeah, he had like a little kid. Like, he was just like excited. Like, but he was just so happy that Webby thought of him in that way. But like for Webby, it was just like second nature because, you know, he didn't even think twice about it. Tone always made sure Webby was, you know, for my birthday, he was like, nah, I'm going to make sure Tone is all situation. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Tone was just love, man. A lot of people love that man. You know what I mean?
He's definitely that dude that knows how to show you his appreciation, and he will talk about it forever. I know you've heard Tone talk about stories about me and him that goes far back, and you like hear the stories over and over and over. It sounds like a broken record at some point.
Yeah, when it came to you, he would always, and we would go out and they wouldn't have us lined up. Like if they didn't have bottles set for us, red carpet rolled out, he would like, man, this could have been me and Kingsley back in the day. He's like, there's no way we're going to a Bel Air party and there's not thousands of bottles of Bel Air all over the place free for us. Like that would have never happened in Kingsley days. You know what I mean?
I took Tone to this Grey Goose party with BET that my man Chauncey was doing. I think damn, I can't remember the name of the show, but Chauncey had a show on BET where he was highlighting new artists that was coming up. Like he had Future and a few other artists, and we had the VIP and Santo. I mean, it's just one of those days where, you know, he can never forget about those stories. So Tone liked to be surrounded by bottles. Like you said, he loves the bottle game. And, you know, we talking about all this good stuff about Tone, but the most important thing is we are celebrating Tone's life because he was a selfless guy. Tone was selfless. He gave himself to the community. And that is very important. That is the legacy that we would like to leave. We would like to preserve, you know, for Tone. Tone was there from day one when CAV started. And the reason why he was so engaged and so excited about CAV and thankful that I did that was because Tone was a father. No, I've known, you know, all the obstacles Tone have been through with the ex relationships and whatnot. But being a father was always number one. And, you know, he applauded the fact that he knows that I didn't have any kids. And for somebody who didn't have any kids that has so much passion for other people's kids, it was a big deal to Tone? And, why was he, such a big fan of CAV starting is because, because of the love he had for his kids. He felt like somebody have stepped up, for mentorship of caring about kids. And big shout out to Maya, one of our agency change program, young adults that's checking in on Facebook, watching us. And I know she's got stories about Tone, but unfortunately she can't check in with us. So hopefully she can come join us at the celebration of life. But yeah, so we're talking about how much Tone cared about his community selflessly, doing not just for CAV, but extending himself, doing for any organization that was doing something. Elaborate on that, Santo.
I mean, I could speak, like, for me personally, when we first got on, started CAV, it just started with one phone call. Yo, Santo, can we're going to be here. Can you help us out? Can you bring some music? And then there was just another phone call. Yo, we're doing it again. We're going to do it over there. So it just started gradually, me rocking with you. But what helped motivate me to do those early mornings was because you and Tone were motivated to get that done, and it helped me be motivated to get it done. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, if you guys are showing that energy and putting your time and putting your energy forward towards getting there on time and doing what you got to do, then I got to pull my weight. So it really started with the three of us just going out there. There was no money involved in the beginning. There was no grants or anything like that. It was just us going and getting it done with whatever resources we had. And I knew, okay, if I get there, no matter how tired I am, I know Tone, like you said earlier, was going to already be there waiting, ready to carry it. You know what I mean? So the Connecticut Against Violence work that I've done, it happened because, and not just you and him, but also G Money in the beginning. It was just that energy that raw had, you know what I'm saying? That raw energy of wanting to be there for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely want to shout out to all the day ones of CAV. I mean, as people can see, I'm putting up pictures, and some way, somehow, it's just me, you, and Tone in damn near every picture because together we were a team. But we just never missed any sessions. And I want to give a big shout out to my sis Tashera again, who was a day one. She helped powered us with certain needs while we were making our awareness. I transitioned from the music industry to doing this. We were the first to do this thing on Facebook. We have inspired a lot of organizations, even though they would not mention it. Nobody was doing this on social media like we were. We came in, had the media chasing us all over the place because they couldn't understand what was going on. Like, why is the kids so gravitated to us? Why is it that when we put up a banner and kids are taking pictures in front of it, like what is really going on? They couldn't understand it. And, we had to let them know that it's a hip hop organization that's here to change the game. We're not saying that we have all the answers, but we're just saying that we have what it takes to get these kids' attention. And when we get the attention, Go ahead, Santo, what you said?
My bad, I thought you was finished. I didn't mean to control. Now, I was just saying, like, really, it's as simple as we showed up, which is more than what most doing.
Right. And
we haven't figured out. We didn't know what we were doing. We just showed up.
No, we didn't. We didn't know. We definitely didn't know what we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We didn't. All we were saying is we need this kids' attention. We want to get them off the street because they just bored. They want to party, but they party in all the wrong places. So, we want to get their attention, play the music that they want to hear in clean versions, and put people who really knows, what they're talking about to get on our platform and talk to them. And I did give a big shout out to Tashera because, she helped us. She helped us get some of the stuff that we wanted, sponsor some T-shirts and, stuff like that. And, so, together, it was a whole lot of people. Some people didn't stay on the train. They got off it. But, it's just not a mission that fits everybody. you know, and we were doing this with, you know, we were doing this without any money coming in, you know. So I definitely appreciate everybody, and Tone was definitely one of the battery packs, you know, on my back, you know, doing this. And it's not hard to tell that, you know, I've been sharing this, you know, pictures on social media, which is at the end of the day, you know, that's all we got right now. You know, that's all we got to cherish. And this picture speak at, speak 1,000 words. Speak 1,000 words, because, you know, I can be talking, but there is the, you know, you have the pictures to back it up that these people were there from day one. Talk to me, Santo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, what's that? Just me and you.
I know you have a story about a website that I support CT website story. Tell us about that story.
Yeah, don't want to be thrilled that I let people know. It's a secret, to be honest, but I did post on my Instagram the other day. I just wanted people to just have a better understanding of this character, man. So there's a page called I Support CT on Instagram that, you know, for pretty much the last few years has been sharing like thousands of Connecticut content, whether it be, you know, artists dropping music, whether it be new business owners, you know, whatever it might be. He was always behind the scenes supporting and sharing the content. And he ran that page without people knowing that it was him, and he didn't ask for anything in return. He didn't run that page with the idea of, okay, I'm going to run this page and then I'm going to monetize it when it gets to a certain level, or I'm going to leverage it to get this or that. He did it because he genuinely wanted to support people. And one perfect example of how the page paid off for somebody, because it helped many people, but one in particular that I can tell you about is the artist Bennett. Bennett is signed to Atlantic Records right now. Bennett is an artist that before she even recorded official music, she had a cover song that Tone shared with me from the page, and he DM'd it. So if I go in my inbox right now, I have 6-7 DMs every single day that came in from Tone of different people that he felt like I needed to know about. And Bennett was one of them. So I liked the way her voice was. I reached out to her. We spent a few studio sessions together. And I thought she was talented, you know, so I introduced her to Chris Webby. So Chris Webby does a few songs with her, helps her get her BMI together, you know, her publishing together, pretty much helps establish her as an artist. Gets her millions of streams off of the songs that they did. And then she leveraged those streams to go to Atlantic Records and get a record deal. But she's thriving right now in the music industry, doing her thing. Yeah, wow. She just did a festival, a real big festival. And she didn't even know this story because Paul never really wanted me to share like the stuff that he would do. So when I posted that story on my page, she actually hit me up like, oh my God, like I Support CT was literally the first people that shared my content. And I had no idea that it was him. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know about the story. So he, like I said, he just selflessly was helping out in that situation, helped put this girl on and never even asked for a single thing in return. You know, most people would want a percentage or most people would want to cash in on that, a favor or something. You know what I mean? And he just did it. It was just like happy the fact that he would see her, you know, thriving and doing her thing. You know what I mean?
Well, like Tom would say, cut the check. his favorite, you know that his favorite three words, cut the check. She owes her finest fee, man. She got to go see the family.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely. She owed a finest fee. She got to go see the family and cut that check, man. This picture right here is one of the when Father's Day celebration that, you know, Gabi does. Gabi is J.I.'s manager. Does a Father's Day celebration at his house every year. And one year I took Tone with me. You could see him in the background. That's Gabi and his brother, and that's Pecas, by the way. Pecas, for all you guys don't know, Pecas used to run with Jay-Z, and now he's running with Dwayne Wade. He's doing a world tour with Dwayne Wade right now. Yo, you seen Pecas' page on the Instagram?
I just ran into Gabi the other day with J.I. though. at the arena, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know, they out there doing it real big. They running a world tour on a yacht right now. So anyway, you know, I had took Tone to that, and that's one of the memories that Tone have that he always, you know, talk about, you know, being around a bunch of celebrities, but nobody was a celebrity on that day. Everybody was just friends and family. Let me see. So let me do the station ID real quick.
I gotta slide and go hit this gig up, yo.
Let me do the station ID real quick and let me close out. This is the Urban Talk Radio 103.5 FM WNHHLP. I am your host, Kingsley Ossei. My co-host, Shafiq, will not be in the studio today. And if you are just joining us today on Urban Talk Radio, you can join the conversation on Facebook at Bold Minds and Twitter at Bold Minds and my Facebook page, Kingsley Ossei. You can also stream this show on your smartphone or computer by logging on to newhavenindependent.org. In the studio with me, I have Santo, who came in and he's about to check out Go DJ doing this Boost Mobile gig. So Santo, I do appreciate everything that you've done for the organization. I do appreciate everything that you've done for Tone and with Tone, because you know Tone loves music. He's Trinidadian. You hooked up that flyer behind you. I see the Trinidad flag. And matter of fact, yesterday was Tuesday, so yesterday was Trinidadian. What do you call it? Independence Day. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to try to push for a street in the name of Tone on the street that he lived on, which was Wilmon Place. So we will talk about how we're going to execute that, and I'm going to make sure that is done. Big shout out to Councilman Ernie Newton, who's on board to help us make that happen. So until then, you know, I will see you on Thursday at the celebration of life and afterwards.
All right, my brother, hold it down.
Thank you, man. So this is the Urban Talk Radio 103.5 FM. I'm not a talk show host, so I'm not good for doing these shows by myself. So Harry, if you wanna come on so we could have a little conversation. But today we're celebrating the life of Tone. And you know, if you don't know who Big Tone is, like I said, Big Tone is a friend of mine that I met during the early 90s, probably around, you know, 91, around Carroll Avenue. And I personally have one story about, you know, how if this guy got your back, he really, really, really got your back. I recall doing a gig. I was doing a party on Carroll Avenue at a house. And this one chick, you know, I don't know what happened, but all you heard was, "You don't F with the chick from Compton." And this chick shot somebody in the eye. You've never seen a DJ pack his equipment that fast and bounce, but who was there to assist me to pack my equipment? You know, before the police even showed up, my man Big Tone, you know, so, you know, I showed you guys a lot of pictures, and, you know, why is Tone in all these pictures is because the kid really had my back, and not just me, but he had a lot of people's back. And if you're just checking in, we decided to celebrate the life of Tone because it's very important that we get a message out that Tone was a selfless community service person. He did not carry on a title of community leader. We are known as community leaders, you know, because somebody have to, you know, lead others to get a job done. However, you know, we're not bosses of what we do. We are all leaders together. Everybody, you know, we are all bosses that comes together to lead for one cause. And Tone did it selflessly. He didn't want any credit for it. Like Santo told you guys, you know, he was running a page, you know, that to support everybody in Connecticut, but never really wanted people to even know that he was doing that. And matter of fact, I just recently spoke to Lauren Gibson, who's the executive director of the Sheen Center, when she called me on Saturday, and we were talking, and I told her that I said, hey, do you know that Big Tone shared a flyer from the Sheen Center of an event or something that you guys have coming up. She was like, yeah. I said, yeah, for real. So I went on Tone's page, and surely enough, it was the very last flyer that he had shared before he passed. Harry, can you believe that? I was talking to a lady who's the executive director of the Sheen Center. And when she called me, I was telling her that, this dude, Big Tone, whom she known, I said, he has passed. And, I recall that when I think I seen it on your page, that he has shared a flyer from your agency. And she was like, for real? I said, yeah. I said, matter of fact, let me go check it out. Surely enough, I go to the page to check it out. And not only he shared the flyer, it was the very last flyer that he had shared.
So this was a surprise. He wasn't sick or anything?
Yeah, we never really, talked about how Tone passed, which is the number one thing everybody want to know. No, he did not pass of COVID. He wasn't sick. Well, I wouldn't say he wasn't sick. He did fail on the bull ride. And I guess they did some procedure, and he was taking medication every day. But then 2 weeks down the line, he fell at the house, and his girl rushed him to the hospital, and that's when it all went down. And he had a blood clot, and they couldn't bring him back. Yeah, so it was such an unexpected loss for the community. And we say that we all have to do better. We take ourselves granted. We take people for granted. You don't, they say you don't know what you got until it's gone. We all didn't value Tone like we should. And now that he's gone, we get to reflect and realize that, damn, he was one hell of a human being. Because if you've been on my Facebook page from people's comment, I mean, I say, what do you want your legacy to be when it's all over? And I had this conversation with Santo, and I'm always, I'm mindful about that. That's something that I think about every single day. And especially now that I have a daughter, it's even different. You know what I'm saying? What do you want your legacy? We can go any day. It's not like you could write your expiration date of when you're going to die and say that, okay, on this date, I'm going to start doing right, because it'll be getting close to, to the end, So for me, I want to be able to serve my community. I want to do what's right. And when it's all said and done, I do care about what people think of me, because that's the only thing your kids are going to remember of. What do people think of my dad? So that, by me saying that I'm going to try to get a street name under him, it's just not because those kids are going to walk by and see their father's name on the pole and be proud about it, but they'll be proud of the accomplishment of why their father's name is on their pole, that he served his community. And he didn't only serve his community, he served it, selflessly and tirelessly. So I'm always concerned about what my legacy is going to be.
Yeah, there's a rap song that talks about not getting your flowers up until you're pushing up daisies. I forgot who's the artist, but I was listening to it the other day, and it was, you don't get your flowers until you're pushing up daisies. Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, people don't appreciate you until you're gone. And that's when everybody wants to give you flowers, right?
Right. So go ahead.
Now you're different, right? Because you have a lot of people on this show, and you want to give everybody their flowers immediately.
I'm like Oprah. Everybody gets a flower.
Yeah.
Look under your pillow. Look under look under your table. Everybody get flowers. And sometimes, my flowers may not be of value to you, but I've done hip hop expression of Black history. at a, at City Hall where, I have citations from, from the mayors and, my senators and, state reps and whatnot. And I always say that, you look behind me, I got plaques on my wall. I got a few plaques, out there, but, some of these people have put in that kind of work too and don't have anything, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm, my 15 minutes of the opportunity, I want to give them something, to put on, to put on their wall so their kids can know, what they have done. This Urban Talk radio show that Shafiq gave me an opportunity, I'm extending that opportunity to others by inviting them on to tell their story, or if they, if they got a business, let people know about their business, or give their flowers, over here. So, it's all about that. I want to be able to recognize people and, let them know that we are thankful to them why they're here, because people are dropping.
Yeah, well, we're of that age, Kingsley, where we're gonna start. Well, we are seeing people who are a little bit ahead of us dropping, right? Mm-hmm. People I looked up to, are gone, and it's like, oh man, but I'm of that age now where that's what we're gonna start seeing. Our role models dropping, and it's crazy. It's reality bites, and it bites hard. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's different because I think you kind of humanize people when you bring them on, mm-hmm. because people only know, like, you bring on an artist,
right?
People don't really know that artist except for what they put out on a record,
right? Exactly.
And you kind of humanize them when you bring them on. Right. So I think it's amazing to hear some of the voices you bring on.
Like when we had Roxanne Shante here, you heard her story. Like, a lot of people knew her from her music, and if you didn't watch the Roxanne Shante movie on Netflix, then you really don't even know her story at all. But even I had to learn more about her story, about when she told her story when DMX passed, about how her and DMX was so connected. They didn't talk every day, but they were all connected from coming from group home.
Yeah. That was something I learned listening to your show.
Right.
I had no clue that it was like that for them.
Right. And that was a hell of a story, Yeah. That was a hell of a story. I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for her. We glamorize today's artists who show up and make so much money so fast. If you watch the verses, for instance, I'm shifting the conversation. The Locks versus the Dipset, or just recently I watched the New York homecoming. They had at the where was it at the park? They had at the park, and I watched Busta Rhymes' show, and when you watch it's like, okay, there is a difference here. These new guys are coming in and they're putting out hit records and they're getting those big bags. And then you have these old school rappers, getting on stage and giving you performance, showing you how it's supposed to be done, and not getting the kind of bags these new guys are getting.
Yeah, one of my favorite KRS-One, and it's hard to find somebody who will be able to still get up on that stage and compete against KRS-One. So I mean, I'm not in love with the current artists. I'm not in love with them.
They're not even entertainers. Make it so bad, because entertainers are whom we are talking about.
Yeah,
the Redman and Method Man coming on stage, jumping on speakers, climbing walls, poles. Those are entertainers.
Yeah, but Busta is classic, right? I mean, I love Busta. I mean, so it's crazy. You're right. It's like they missed something. It's like you have the greatest artists that you're following, and you miss something in the process. I don't know, but we're old people, Kingsley.
I ain't old, man. You old by yourself, bro. You are old by
I know, but we appreciate these artists are like fine wine.
I'm gonna be 30 in a few this
Yeah,
I'm gonna be 30 this month, so you all by yourself. September 24, Libra, we coming, man. Libra, we coming. So yeah, if you're just checking in, we're talking about our brother Big Tone. His funeral service, homecoming will be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at Baker Isaacs. So stop through, show your respect, show some love. Let's say goodbye to him, but he will forever be with us. Tone, we love you. That's my brother Big Tone right there. We love you, Tone. And we will continue to keep his legacy alive. And why are we doing this? Because we did a lot of celebration of life, a few celebration of life for kids who died to gun violence in the Bridgeport Public Schools. And it's killing me right now that here we are doing a celebration of life for my brother on the radio show. But I know Tone will appreciate and he will love the fact, because if I was doing this for anybody else, he will be the first one to put that battery on my pack. He'll be the first one to show up when it's when it's being done. So I plan to I said Caesar Batalla School. I plan to contact them somewhere down the line, and we would like to do a celebration of life for Tone at Caesar Batalla School, because Caesar Batalla was one of the first schools. I think it was the first school we did CAV, violence prevention assemblies, where his girl was working at. That was the first school that we did, so every friend or most friends from the team CAV that have became aligned with Tone, they all met Tone through working with Connecticut Against Violence. So it's only right to go back to where it all started. And, to let the students know that this man that we, normally we are celebrating people that died for whatever reason, that was, died to gun violence. We're going to celebrate a mentor, somebody who had their best interest, a mentor, so that they can understand what his legacy is. The messages that, he was with us on the stage giving to them, we will give them those messages that, and hopefully, it will be a life changer. Hopefully, his unfortunate death will be a life changer. So, Harry, I'm gonna cut this show short, and
we're good.
So let me do the station ID. Tone, we love you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and it's gonna be all smiles. I promise. I'm gonna try hard not to cry, because you wouldn't want us to cry. And like I said, my man Tone is made in Trinidad. So if you know about Trinidadians, they party. That's what they do. They party, and they party hard. We're gonna miss that big smiling face. Love you, bro. This is the Urban Talk Radio 103.5 FM WNHHLP. I am your host, Kingsley Ossei. And if you are just joining us in the last part of our show, you can follow the conversation on Facebook at Bull Minds and Twitter at Bull Minds, and also Kingsley, Ossei. You can also stream this show and previous shows on your smartphone or computer by logging on to newhavenindependent.org. Thank you for joining us. Remember, Urban Talk Radio airs every Wednesday, 11 a.m. And Harry, next week, our special guest will be my man Jason. Jason was an engineer for the Prince album that just came out called Welcome to America. What a hell of an album. I was talking about it last year. I don't know, Harry, if you did get a chance to go listen to it since I mentioned it. You probably just only listen to rock music.
Yeah, right.
You look like you only listen to rock music.
Are you crazy, Kingsley? Born and raised in Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Man, you only listen to rock music and reggaeton.
Yeah, that's
so Jason will be our special guest next week, and we will talk and dissect the Prince album that came out, Welcome to America. That should be exciting to have somebody that worked directly with Prince on this amazing album.
All right. Somebody just came in, but I got to go to the music because I got another show.
Let's go. So whoever came in, I don't know who just came in and came in late. Who just checked in?
This is Mr. Ramsey. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, John, what's popping, brother? J-Rock, that's J-Rock. J-Rock, show was done. We just signed off. on it, and the show's from 11 to 12 o'clock. So we are signing off right now. But I do appreciate you for checking in, man. You can always listen, go back and watch the show on my Facebook page.
Right.
Or go to News.
I was in a recording session. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Keep giving us those hits, man.
All right, no doubt, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow to celebrate the life of Tom.
Most definitely. I love y'all, man. Stay blessed.
Love you too, bro. See you guys next week.